are, in my opinion, upset of the year. And I just want you to walk me through your thoughts on that. It's a big deal. There are a lot of great fights to choose from, but it's not every day that you defeat the only 8-division champion in the history of boxing, an 11-time world champion, who still would have beaten 90%, if not more, of the fighters at that weight. So what are your thoughts looking back at July and anything you want to talk about regarding that fight?
Yeah, look, it was the biggest fight of my career so far, and I was just happy to get the opportunity. And Pacquiao did that, and he wanted to start his world tour and go around the world fighting everywhere, and I guess making everyone know who he was, even though everyone does know pretty much who he is around the world. And I'm just ecstatic that I was able to pull that upset off, and I had a lot of people saying that I couldn't do it, and I stood no chance and that I was going to be knocked out, but he nearly got me in that round 9. It was a difficult one, but yeah, I was able to push through and showed my heart in that fight and got there.
I watched. I was feet from the ring as I was there. I was watching, and when you walk back to your corner, I was on the side of your corner. What was going through your mind? I mean, I could see the intensity in your face. You came back to the corner with purpose in that 9th round. What were you thinking going into that 10th round?
Yeah, look, I knew the referee was very close to stopping it because he came over to that corner, and that's when he says that to you and goes, "Show me something, or I'm going to stop the fight." I really thought in his voice he was concerned. I was like, "Oh, geez, I'm going to show you something because I don't want this fight to stop." I felt like I was winning the fight, and I just had to push hard the last couple of rounds and make sure I won those, and was convincing enough towards the end of the fight so the judges didn't change their decision.
You've already defended your title once, so not only did you win it, you've now defended it. And from everything that we're hearing and seeing, and I met up with Terence Crawford in October in Miami, and he told me prior to being named number 1 that he was going to be the number 1 contender and that he was going to be fighting Jeff Horn. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, it's exciting, I guess, for me as well, because I fight someone like Pacquiao, and people will all say that I couldn't do it. And I guess the more pressure I have on me to win a fight, the better I perform. And I did that in July, and I had probably not as good a performance in my last fight, but it's because I was probably expected to win that one, so I didn't perform as well. But against Terence Crawford, everyone's saying I stand no chance. That's kind of the fights that do excite me, and I'm happy to fight and try and prove people wrong again.
Are you willing and eager to come to the United States if that's where this fight brings you?
Yeah, I guess if money talks a lot, and if that can be agreed on, I'm happy to come to the US. I always thought of coming there and fighting, especially in Vegas, and picturing myself there for quite a while now. So I have no problem going to the US and fighting.
What are your thoughts on Terence Crawford at welterweight?
Yeah, look, Terence is a good fighter, and if that fight's to happen, it's going to be an absolute cracker because he's very, very fast, very skillful, and I fought a few guys. Well, I fought a guy that was kind of that I can relate to him as much as I can. Everton dos Santos Lopez from Brazil. I fought at the world titles a fair few years ago as an amateur, and I think he was very skillful, and he beat me in that fight. But I've grown a lot since those days, and I think I'll put up a good one against Terence Crawford, and I believe I can beat him.
If that fight does happen, do you see yourself looking to make it a rugged, difficult fight? Something Crawford hasn't seen before, something similar to how you were to make Pacquiao uncomfortable and not really get started?
Yeah, possibly. I'll just do whatever I can in there to upset him. I don't want to make him comfortable in that ring, that's for sure. So, yeah, if smothering him is the way to do it, that's what I'll do, or outboxing him. I'll just mix it up when I'm in there and try and figure out what the best strategy against him is. But we've got a lot of research to do if he's going to be the opponent next, and I'm sure my trainer will look into all that if it's to happen.
I know you've been asked this question a million times, but how much has your life changed since that Pacquiao fight?
Look, it's changed a heap, I guess. I've only got probably the slightest little taste of what Pacquiao's life is probably like. He goes to another country and he has people there waiting at the airport, and I could just walk on by and people didn't know who I was. So now I'm getting recognised a lot more, and you can just tell that when you first got a guy like Pacquiao, a little bit of his fame rubs off on you, and you can kind of experience just a little bit sometimes of what it's like to be in that position. I guess just keep an eye out. I'm sure I'll be coming over to America and fighting over there. So all the ones saying I'm too scared to come over there, I'm sure I won't be too far away or too long away. So I'm excited. I'm excited for 2018. I'm sure there'll be lots of big fights, and hopefully everyone can get excited. And I guess the ones that do say that I can't do it every time, they're the ones that are kind of inspiring me to keep working hard to keep proving people wrong.
Yeah, I kind of think that's your motivation. I think you like that. I think you like, even as a champion, playing the role of the underdog. I think it kind of puts it works well with your mindset. Look, you're undefeated. We're here with Jeff Horn, the WBO welterweight world champion, and he is upset of the year in my book, in my recent Forbes post. Jeff, any parting words?
No, just thanks very much for the interview. Thanks, Peter, and I guess I'll see you again soon, shortly.
Hey, so listen, if you do fight in Las Vegas, I heard Bob Arum offered you his house. Are you going to take him up on that, or are you going to come down here and train in Miami?
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, actually, if that happens. We haven't really thought about it too much. Yeah, I don't know. I'm easygoing, so whatever happens, happens.
I hope you have a great new year, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's in store for Jeff Horn in 2018. Thanks so much.
Thank you.